Hello everyone, I'm Miss Rafa. Welcome to this new lesson. Today we're going to talk about life-saving technology. Let's get started. French text message saves man. A text message from two French tourists on holiday in Scotland saved a young man's life. They were walking near a lake when they saw a boat in trouble. It was slowly sinking and a man was waving. They sent a text message to a friend in France, and the message was passed on by the friend to Scottish Coast Guards. Boats were sent out onto the lake, and the man was rescued. Climbers rescued by text message. Two Canadian climbers were climbing in Switzerland when they were hit by a terrible snowstorm at 3,000 meters. They couldn't see and were worried their metal equipment could be hit by lightning. At 1:30 a.m., the climbers sent a text message to 5 people, and the alarm was raised 4 hours later by a Canadian friend. The weather was so bad that the helicopters couldn't be used by the Swiss rescue team, and the climbers couldn't be seen. Luckily, the weather improved and they were rescued from the mountain. Text travels across the world and back. A group of Indonesian sailors and tourists got into trouble during a storm not far from the shore. One tourist sent a text message to his family in England. The message said, "Call Coast Guards, we need help. SOS. SOS means save our souls." It was passed to Coast Guards in Australia, and then it was sent to the Indonesian authorities. But they couldn't be rescued because the sea was too dangerous. Luckily, just as the boat was breaking up, the storm stopped and they managed to get to land. Vocabulary of rescue. Before you read, copy and complete these sentences using the words in the box. Found, got lost, saved, searched, sinking. The boat was sinking fast, but a rescue team saved the people. The explorers got lost in the Antarctic snow. A rescue team searched for and found the missing child. Read the newspaper stories and decide if these sentences are true or false. The French tourists sent a text message when they saw a boat in trouble. True. Scottish Coast Guards rescued 2 French tourists. False. The Canadian climbers got lost because of the weather. True. Their Canadian friend came and rescued them. False. The sea was too dangerous for the Indonesian Coast Guards to rescue the sailors and tourists. True. The police in England passed the SOS text message straight to Indonesia. False. Read the article again and answer these questions. Try to use the passive. How was the young man on the lake rescued? The young man was seen by 2 French tourists. A text message was sent by them to a friend in France. The message was passed on to the Scottish Coast Guards. Boats were sent out and he was rescued. How were the climbers rescued? A text message was sent by the climbers to 5 people. The alarm was raised by a Canadian friend. Helicopters couldn't be used and the climbers couldn't be seen because the weather was bad. The climbers could only be rescued when the weather improved. How were the Indonesian sailors and tourists rescued? A text message was sent to people in England. The message was passed to the Coast Guards in Australia. Then it was sent to the Indonesian authorities. But the people couldn't be rescued because the sea was too dangerous. They were saved when the storm stopped. Describing the past, rewrite these headlines as sentences. Over 200 road deaths last month. Over 200 people were killed last month on the road. Syrian won tennis championship yesterday. The tennis championship title was won by a Syrian yesterday. Theft of valuable statue from the National Museum. A valuable statue was stolen from the National Museum. Police couldn't find missing boy. The missing boy can't be found by the police. Power cut closed schools. Schools were closed by a power cut. Fisherman catches 10-meter shark. A 10-meter shark was caught by a fisherman. Now let's see the activity book. Complete the text with these words. Found, got lost, rescued, saved, search, sunk. Teenagers rescued in a storm at sea. After a terrifying few days for a group of teenagers and their worried parents, they were brought home safely yesterday. The teenagers were on a canoeing trip near Sandy Beach when a sudden change of weather meant they got lost in heavy fog. Moments later, a storm came up and rescue boats were sent out to search for the teenagers. But although the rescuers found the canoes quite quickly, there was no sign of the teenagers until a while later. At least we knew the canoes had not sunk, said the rescue team. Eventually, we found the teenagers. They managed to hold on to some trees on a tiny island, while their canoes were swept away in the storm. As soon as we heard the sound of the motorboats, we knew we were going to be saved, said the relieved teenagers. Let's study some grammar now. We have past passive. past يعني ماضي. passive يعني مبني للمجهول. بالpast بنستخدم was أو were زائد الفعل بالتصريف الثالث. لما بنقول مبني للمجهول فالفعل الأساسي حصراً بالتصريف الثالث. أما الفعل المساعد إما بيكون am و is و are إذا كان حاضر أو was و were إذا كان ماضي. أما إذا استخدمنا could اللي هي الماضي من كان فمنحط could بعد be بعد الفعل بالتصريف الثالث، يعني نفس قاعدة الحاضر بس رح نحولها للماضي. الاستخدام usage. Use the past passive to talk about processes and facts in the past. إذن كمان بنستخدمه للعمليات والحقائق بس بالماضي. Use it when the focus is on the action not on who does it. قلنا التركيز بالمبني للمجهول بيكون على الحدث نفسه وليس على الشخص الذي قام بالفعل. مثلا كسرت النافذة، ما بيهمني مين كسر، بيهمني إنه النافذة انكسرت ورح نضطر نصلحها. فالمهم هون هو الحدث نفسه وليس الشخص الذي قام بالفعل. أما إذا كان ذكر الفاعل مهم فبنستخدم by. When it is important to say who did the action, use by مشان نغرمه بالنافذة اللي انكسرت. For example, the city of New Orleans was badly damaged by Hurricane Katrina in 2005. منلاحظ إنه تم تحديد الزمن. إمتى صار هذا الحدث؟ بال2005 يعني ماضي. إذن نستخدم ماضي مبني للمجهول. was damaged was عائدة على كلمة city المدينة دمرت، وتم ذكر الفاعل اللي هو إعصار كاترينا. Another example. The climbers were rescued from the top of the mountain. وين الفعل المبني للمجهول؟ were لأنه المتسلقين جمع، في عنا كلمة climbers تنتهى بأس الجمع فبنستخدم معها were. دايما الفعل المساعد منطلع على الفاعل اللي قبله. إذا كان الفاعل مفرد منحط was، وإذا كان الفاعل جمع منحط were. Now let's practice. Choose the correct words. The painting was painted by Monet in the 19th century. الاسم موني هو اسم فرنسي، ما بنلفظ التي بآخره. موني. The ancient pyramids were built by the Egyptians. طبعا الأهرامات انبنت وخلصت، فرح نستخدم حصرا ماضي. وعلى اعتبار pyramids في اس الجمع رح نستخدم were. Today, millions of mobile phone calls are being made every second. من أول كلمة قلناها توضح الزمن اللي رح نستخدمه. Today يعني اليوم، فرح نستخدم هون حاضر مستمر. Traditionally, on this day, special food was eaten, and this is still the case today. طالما عم نحكي عن التقاليد معناها راح نستخدم ماضي. Exams in Syria are usually done at the end of each school semester. كلمة usually هي من ظروف التكرار اللي بنستخدمها مع الحاضر البسيط، يعني حاضر. Complete the text with the correct passive form of the verbs in brackets. Paper was first produced as early as 3000 BCE in Egypt, ancient Greece and Rome. لما بيكون في عنا كلمة تانية مع الفعل الأساسي منحطها محل ما هي، منحط فعل مساعد بعد الكلمة الإضافية بعد الفعل الأساسي. أوكي؟ حطينا was لأنه عائد على كلمة ورق paper، ما في اس الجمع فهي مفرد. It was made from a plant called papyrus. Later, papyrus was replaced by sheepskin or calfskin. حرف ال L بكلمة calf لا يلفظ. The skins were first stretched, then dried to make them hard. In China, writing was done on bamboo. Silk was also used, but it was very expensive. The idea for making paper from wood was developed in China. Today, paper is considered to be one of the great Chinese inventions. However, it is also possible to make paper from other materials. For example, wheat straw and sugar cane can be used. That's everything for today. Thank you very much. See you next time.